TupeloHomeCenter.com.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Hey, good morning, or I say good morning, good evening. Sorry about that. I'm used to saying good morning, but good evening. It's 6 p.m., so it is evening out there now. I hope you guys have had a great 4th of July holiday. At 6 p.m., we're not tracking at least severe storms out there right now. But thanks as always again for joining us right here on Mississippi Live Weather. Let's get into what you need to know moving forward. I'm meteorologist Maggye in for our meteorologist Caleb Edelblut. Dangerous heat does continue for your 4th of July holiday. So if you're not seeing the storms, you're seeing the heat. That's still the story, even into your evening hours. We're still seeing some spotty downpours ongoing. Like I said, everything is currently below severe limits, but still seeing some heavy downpours nonetheless. We're also looking at some relief moving forward from that excessive heat we've dealt with over the past few days. Here's a look at our Maggye Doppler radar, and I will say it is still busy out there, even though we're not dealing with any severe storms. Some very heavy rain ongoing. If we switch it into our analysis mode where we can kind of control things a little bit better. Very hefty rain happening just to the south of Bruce and Derma, and south of Derma going into Calhoun City, south of Pittsboro over in Vardaman right now. Very, very heavy rainfall. Again, this is not severe, but definitely dumping out a lot of rainfall, maybe some strong winds in there, and definitely a lot of lightning as well with this storm, kind of cluster of storms that we're watching that stretches from Calhoun City through Vardaman and then all the way up into Thorne as well. Again, this not making great 4th of July plans whatsoever. But we've seen these heavy storms. They happen, give them about 30 minutes, and they should fall apart after that. So again, not lingering around the area forever. Another area where we're watching is over in Lafayette County. Take a look within the city of Oxford. Oxford got any plans? Seeing some very heavy rainfall right now within the city. Definitely hindering some plans out there around Oxford. Also over into places like Ridgeland, over into Splinter, Taylor as well, seeing some very heavy rainfall from Taylor all the way up into College Hill. So in a good portion of Lafayette County getting in on some very heavy rainfall, even some small hail potentially falling with this storm as well, as we have seen reports being brought in. So definitely some heavy rain over in Lafayette County. Again, below severe limits. We also are seeing an aerial flood advisory for Lafayette County, Pontotoc County, Calhoun County, Yalobusha County, and Panola County. So all that rain falling in Lafayette County, we're keeping a very close eye on for the potential of some flooding concerns. And then one more heavy storm we're looking at along 22 from Hickory Flat over into Myrtle, seeing some very heavy rainfall ongoing. Could see some potential of some small hail sitting just to the south and west of Hickory Flat out there as well. So definitely keeping an eye on all these storms. Like I said, everything's below severe limits. And like we've seen over the past few hours, afternoon into your evening, you give them about 30 minutes and they'll fall apart if they are hindering your plans right now. Here's a big picture view of them on your satellite and radar. You can see again pop-up downpours through North Mississippi. Heavy rainfall still impacting a good portion of Arkansas and a good portion of the southeast, seeing some rainfall along with places over in Kansas and Oklahoma as well. Let's take a look outside here in North Mississippi, shall we? Here's a look over in New Albany. I was just looking at this camera and they were just seeing rain. Now looking like things are drying up over there in New Albany. Maybe still seeing some rain off in the distance if you take a good look, of these trees right there. So still some light rain ongoing. Temperatures in the 80s due to that. So like I said, you're either getting the heat or you're getting the rain, like this view over in Oxford. Very heavy rainfall. Temperatures even in the 70s there due to that heavy rain. Another live look over in Alcorn County. Temperatures a little bit cooler there because they've been seeing the rain over in Alcorn County. Temperatures near 80 degrees, and you can see kind of those thick clouds off in the distance, kind of a pretty view there near the Rienzi area. Like I said, though, you're either getting the rain, some rain-cooled air, or you're still getting in on the heat, and we're still seeing a heat advisory taking place until 8 p.m. for a lot of us tonight. And you can see that heat advisory. These counties in orange that stretch from places like Oklahoma City through a good portion of North Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, all the way over into the Carolinas, seeing heat alerts out there for your 4th of July holiday. Yes, that includes all of us here in North Mississippi until 8 p.m. tonight. So even if you have plans going over the next few hours, you still want to be careful out there, because look at this, feels like temperatures, if you're not getting in on the rain cooled air, are still in the triple digits. I'm talking feeling like 88 in Holly Springs, but 106 in Houston. Okay, 81 in Corinth, but 108 in Amory. So depending on where you are, you could really be getting in on some intense, excessive, and dangerous heat still at the 6 o'clock hour out here on your 4th of July holiday. So still want you to be careful as you're headed out and you're planning on being outside in the next few hours. Make sure you're still staying hydrated, still taking breaks in the shade, and being in the indoors in the AC when possible. Here's a look at your next few hours temperature wise. So it's going to get better and better, right? We'll get into the low 80s by your 9 o'clock hour, near 80 by your 10 o'clock hour. So things going to be better after sunset. Also better in terms of your rain chances. We're looking at a decrease overall in intensity and coverage when it comes to your rain chances over the next few hours. That's good news for folks that have those 4th of July fireworks plans, right? So this is at 7 o'clock, looking at your future cast, more of a widespread view, seeing some scattered downpours still at 7, but watch as we head over the next few hours after 7, talking 8, 9 o'clock. Overall coverage looks to be getting more and more minimal. Now, not saying we still couldn't see a heavy storm or two going into the 10 o'clock hour, but for a lot of us, I think by 10 o'clock, we're more or less seeing dry conditions. And again, that's good news for any of those firework plans moving forward. Coming up next, we'll take you more hour by hour about your 4th of July and also through the rest of your weekend. We got Sunday to get through too, and we got more storms ahead for the back half of the weekend. Everything you need to know about it coming up right after this.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Every legend starts somewhere.
Not with perfection, but with the decision.
The decision to show up, work harder, and believe this place can change everything.
At Northeast, you're more than just a number.
We're built on opportunity, and our students are willing to rise to the occasion.
Here, success isn't handed to you. It's earned.
You don't just leave with a degree, you leave as a legend.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McAuley.
Hey, and welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6 p.m. at 6:08 now. I'm meteorologist Maggye McAuley. Thank you so much for tuning in out here on your Independence Day holiday, because we're still tracking rain. I wish we weren't, but we are, and some heavy rain at that from Calhoun over into Chickasaw County. Take a look at this heavy cluster of storms that reaches from Calhoun City, New Liberty, along Highway 8 over into Hall just before you get into Houston, stretching up into Thorne and Parkersburg as well. So keeping a close eye on this. Again, it's below severe limits, but still dumping out a lot of heavy rainfall. Vardaman getting in on that as well. And a lot of lightning, a whole lot of lightning with this. Even if you're in Pittsburgh or Bruce, you're probably at least hearing the lightning, if not seeing it as well. Another heavy storm we're watching is over in Lafayette County. If you're in Lafayette County, now there's a lot going on probably within the city of Oxford. This is definitely inhibiting plans over there with heavy rain from Splinter, Taylor, Ridgeville into the city of Oxford right now. So Lafayette County getting in on another heavy cluster of storms. Again, these are pretty stationary. They're not really moving anywhere. They're bubbling up heavy at times, and then they'll fall apart in the next 20-30 minutes and be somewhere else. Here's another one we're looking at that's almost bordering 22 between Myrtle and Hickory Flat as well. So keep an eye on all these. Again, everything sitting below severe limits, but still some very heavy storms at that we are definitely keeping a very close eye on. Let's talk about the rest of your 4th of July holiday, shall we? Your first 12 hours ahead. Temperatures going to be in the 90s still for a lot of us. Now, we talked about your feels like temperatures right now in the last few minutes. It's definitely you're either getting the heat or you're getting the rain, right? So some of us still seeing feels like temperatures in the triple digits right now, while others are feeling much nicer due to rain. All of us, though, still mainly going to stay in the 90s and maybe middle to upper 80s over your next hour. Low 80s by your 10 o'clock hour will fall into the 70s overnight. And one also thing to notice is how rain chances decrease. About a 30% chance into your 7 o'clock hour. We'll take it to a 10% chance 10 o'clock and then overnight. So going over the next few hours, we will start to see our overall coverage continue to decrease. However, even over the next hour or so, we're still keeping an eye on any storm that tries to be strong to severe. You can see our severe weather risk for Saturday, still seeing that marginal risk encompassing more of northwest Mississippi into the Delta for folks that are more or less hugging that Mississippi River and Arkansas state line. But still keeping a close eye. We've seen storms be severe warned outside of that area today. So keeping a close eye on any storm that does continue to bubble up. Like I said, going to continue as we head 7, 8 o'clock, but overall coverage past 8, look at that, 8 to 10 o'clock really starts to decrease. I'm thinking 8 o'clock and on, if you can wait an hour or two or wait 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, anywhere of like 30 minutes past sunset, I think coverage will really be decreasing. Like I said, though, if you have a cluster of storms over you, give it about 20, 30 minutes, and it should start to weaken and die from there. That's just the overall pattern that we're in. But like I said, by 10 o'clock, really starting to see our overall coverage and overall intensity of storms really start to weaken. Going into your Sunday, we're looking at another chance of showers and storms into the back half of the day. Front half, maybe a few light showers, but mainly the back half of the day for more pockets to come in. They, again, could be on the heavier side of things, especially as we had 6 o'clock and on, starting to see some heavier storms enter the Delta around 6 p.m., continuing in coverage through northeast Mississippi as we had 8, 9, 10 o'clock. So some heavy rain likely into the back half of the day and the back half of the evening out there for your Sunday. Temperature-wise, we're back in the 90s. So 70s to start off your morning, 90s into the afternoon. Rain chances increasing the further on we get into the day. Temperatures eventually dropping into the 80s overnight, into the 7 o'clock hour, and then into your overnight hours. As for your severe weather risk for Sunday, yes, we're still in a severe weather risk, and honestly, more of us under a risk than we were today. You can see this kind of extending through middle Mississippi, central Mississippi, up into northeast Mississippi, and then all the way back into portions of Tennessee as well. So we'll be keeping a close eye on any shower and storm that does pop up out here into your Sunday for the chance for it yet again to try to be on the strong to severe side. I think our main threat still for Sunday is going to be the potential for wind and heavy rainfall. Those are our primary two threats, just like they were today. For feels like temperatures, it's still going to be a warm one out there for your Sunday. Some of our counties still under a heat advisory for Sunday. So if you are trying to get out and about, maybe clean up after your 4th of July holiday or mow the yard, anything like that, it's still going to be very hot out there. You're still going to want to be careful. The good news is the further on we get in the week, I call this good news, it's still triple digits, but we're out of that excessive heat zone as we head into the middle portion of your work week. Still seeing feels like temperatures upper 90s near the triple digits, but less of that excessive heat that we've seen today and that we've seen over the last few days. So that's at least some good news in the forecast, right? Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We got low 90s over the next really week or so. That is average, I hate to tell you, for this time of year. I know we've seen some days that were below average and some nice days, but that's just not the story moving forward. We got low 80s over your next week ahead, and we got rain chances continuing as well. You can see those rain chances all the way through next weekend. Now, some lesser rain chances will arrive into the middle portion of the week, but still seeing rain chances nonetheless for every day out of the next 7 days. So I encourage you to keep up with us. Keep watching Mississippi Live for the latest information about all of these rain chances. Of course, we will be live this evening coming up at 9 and 10. So I encourage you to watch then. We'll take you more through your Sunday and the start of your weekend. Coming up at 9 and 10, of course, we'll be live if anything happens, if anything turns severe before then. But if not, we'll see you at 9 and 10.
At Vibe Aesthetics and Wellness, we believe confidence isn't just how you look, it's how you feel. From subtle, natural aesthetics to personalized wellness care, everything we do is intentional. This is beauty with purpose. At Vibe Men's Health, we take that same approach. We focus on what matters most: strength, energy, and performance. Built on real data, real medicine, and real results, we're here to help you look better, feel stronger, and live fully. Come vibe with us today.